Hello, this is Brenda, Power Medicine Woman. I'm excited, like always. I look forward to doing these shows. I believe the 2-minute speed reading is working out wonderfully. I had a person, what do you want to call it? I did a 2-minute speed read, and it was so spot on that she told me I could just put it up, and so I made a little tiny video, and it was kind of like, wow. And when I really get connected into spirit, it's like I just let spirit go. I connect in. To me, it's awesome. It's just another part of me. Kathy, did you get the two? Because I think they're meant to get back to back. So I gave you 2 cards. So on, what do you want to call it? Good, you're already starting to like or love. That's good. Oh, look at all the beautiful faces. Yes. So I had put on my fan page, what does your higher self say? And the question is, well, how do you know to channel it? Well, the one thing is that when you're asking spirit, you're asking direction. Okay, I'd like to not just talk to the people on the other side or her soul. What does the higher self say? And that's that part of your connection that is like the Holy Spirit, is part of that connection that you're tapping into, that holy part of yourself. And as I'm creating my classes, the best way to help you understand how to get really connected to your higher self is to start doing more right brain exercises. So I have been preparing my Reiki course. And one of the things, I went to hit like and it disappeared. Okay, Reiki course. I've had to recompile my Reiki 1, 2, and 3 because, long story short, I used to live in Michigan. So anyways, and then I was reading it and it hit me that when I wanted to take Reiki, it had everything to do with, because I asked God, what is hands-on healing? And so I took Reiki. And my teacher was awesome. I loved her. She took me under her wing. And not only did I learn many things, but because she did Reiki classes 1, 2, and 3 all the time, I got attuned to Reiki 1, 2, and 3. And so when you don't just get attuned once, so if there's like 6 students, you get attuned 6 times. And as I'm reading the Reiki 1 manual, it's like, oh, that's right. It's all about spiritual enlightenment. That evolution, the way of the fire dragon is about the evolution of your spirit. And no wonder I have taken leaps and bounds, because I've been attuned to it so many times. Hey, Demi. So I have figured out how I'm going to do the classes, and I got the manual almost done. Demi had put interest that she would like to do Reiki 1. And so it was going to be about $250, but I decided, no, I put it on sale, and I'm going to, because the number 222, so 222. So I feel that's what you're supposed to do. I said, okay, so Spirit said that sounds good. And so what happens when people die right away? Well, some don't wake up right away, but most every single soul will wake up and realize the vibration. It's like, it's all I can think of is this. You're going to bed, you're sleeping, right? You wake up from a sleep. You may be groggy for a few minutes, trying to reorient yourself. Where am I? And it depends on what level of frequency you pop in at. But it's just like waking up from a good night's sleep. Now, some people wake up with nightmares only because their life is a nightmare. But at the same time, you're greeted with such great volume of love of who you are. You got no one around you, but you're everything at once. This is really the right brain. I'm excited because not only am I going to be teaching Reiki 1, but I'm going to teach you a new tool. Well, it's not new. It's been on the planet. But I'm going to teach how to also to connect to your higher self and the different little exercises so that you get more, not just connecting to your higher self, but you begin to listen with an intuition. So all of these little tiny steps, all I can tell you is the more right brain you become, believe it or not, the faster your evolution will become. Because what was unique, now if you all stay on, I'm going to be doing 2-minute free reads, and that's speed reading. So, everybody that's on, you get 2 minutes. And where was I going with this? Oh, Spirit, hook me back up. Anyway, I'll get hooked back up. Maybe and maybe not. Might just do a different track. I can't even remember where I left off. But connecting with that right brain of yours, yeah, thank you. They just rehooked me. I was born with the ability, had no clue really what it was because it was just a natural part of me. Then there was scary things that happened, but only thing that was scary is that I saw a dead body, which I didn't see it as a dead body. I saw it as a soul standing next to a casket. And then you point out and yell, oh, everybody's crying that they're gone. No, they're right there. And I had this woman that, oh, you got the devil in you, blah, blah. And you're like, that scared me because that meant I was really bad. And I always put myself as a good girl. That was terrible, but everything was normal to me. So I learned to shut up, though, because you don't want to say too much of anything else to people because you don't want that reaction. So you begin to learn through the left brain, no, I'm not going to act that way. So we end up putting a knot. It's not our truth, but we put the knot in us, which then sets the GPS that causes us to get off track of who we really are. It's become more domesticated. Lack for a better word. Ooh, seems I don't even want to read that. Anyway, so when my boyfriend, just before he died, I had a flash of everything that was going to happen. The moment I saw him, the conversation with this other person, the sound of the car, the look of the car, the police sirens, everything, just everything. And it felt like it would have been at least a good hour, but it was like less than a split of a second because time sped up so fast. And I was like, oh my God. And then as I'm coming out of that vision, then all of a sudden it just began. I didn't even get a chance to catch up to what was happening. And then everything was slow-mo. I got to see, smell, hear the conversations. My mouth automatically responded where I would have just said no because I know the end result. So I played it out. Like, dang. After that, because he died and I had that experience, I shut it off because I didn't know how to process grief and loss and what the hell did Spirit just give me? And why in the hell would I want to see it again? Stop telling me when people are going to die. I don't want to know. But I graduated high school, ended up going to college for accounting, and I used to like math. But I woke up, like, what the? And it took me 2 years. I'm like, what am I doing in accounting class? I don't really yet. It was kind of freaky because I don't like math. It's like numbers, all of a sudden, nothing meshed. I woke up, nothing meshed. And it's similar to the only association I can tell you is if you had a stroke in the left brain, your right brain would be more active. And your left brain would not be able to process mathematical situations. And that's what I think happened, was not a stroke, but because I had that trauma and I woke up. And I began to say, no, this isn't my life. And then I'm trying to remember who I was, re-identify myself. And then towards the end, it took 2 years, another 2 years. And I've noticed for me, it's 2 years for everything. 2 years to adjust, 2 years to So then all of a sudden it was my mother had cancer, and well, let's put it back. Before that, I was already talking to God because I got really religious, and talking to the angels, and learned about synchronicity. Really was in that right part of my brain. Prayed all the time. Knew how to pray because everything we say is a prayer. I learned more about positive affirmations. Living around negative people was very, very hard, but I did it anyway. I figured I'll just be the example. Everybody kept saying something's wrong with me. I'm like, okay, that's your truth. I'm not taking that on. Um, then my mother got cancer. It's like, oh my God, I want to know. I got to be able to help her. And so then when I started really getting into the Bible more, then it was hands on healing. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I said, prove it to me. And that was the conversation. Thank you. It is done. And then a few years later, I was introduced to, hey, it's, I'm pregnant, I'm watching TV, I'm like, I'm hot, I'm miserable, and up next, hands on healing. What? Oh my God. I mean, for a pregnant woman that can't move, I was a spring chicken. Went right to the TV. And, well, a lot of you probably don't remember VCRs or VHS tapes, but I wanted to record it. This is something I've asked for. And now I finally see it, or at least heard about it. And then I started to really turn on all my abilities. I mean, bam, 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 bam. I think being pregnant actually helped that. And it just took off from there. So, it's good to lose your identity because then you get to redevelop yourself. But the more you begin to understand the right brain versus the left brain, you will be so grateful, because if you're aiming to get closer to spirituality and to grow, then there are tools and techniques and things that can really help you develop in such a fast way. You wouldn't think so, but there's steps, and I'm preparing all those classes so that everybody, and then I'm also going to be preparing classes to put online. So when you, I probably have to start off doing, videos and then PDFs, and then doing clinicals so you can do it in front of me, through video. I haven't decided how else yet, but it's all coming together quite uniquely or very interesting. So anybody out there, hopefully you're having a good day. Despite the sadness of things, but remember, there's always tools. And I think I actually heard we got rain here in Adelaide, but I think it just quit. So, but we need rain, and I don't know why to weather. I think it's because they're just switching channels on me. But I had fun today when I said, okay, who wants a card? And so I said, all right. So as soon as you popped on and you said, yes, please, I said, okay, higher self, tell me what you want. And there was only 2 people. This is interesting because this is to teach you, when you begin to do things, that my pendulum and spirit was like going, it didn't do anything. I'm like, tough one. And then finally it gave an answer, and I'm like, and then the second one was, really, you're not going to move? She asked, I would really like to, because I did offer, and it's like, just like they're saying, just a minute. And usually what I've learned about that is, you have so many variables that I see above your head, and these are choices. This is the quantum field, which is all the possibilities are there, and they're endless. And you haven't quite chosen to collapse time onto that one and make it a particle. You haven't chose to have an answer yet. And so when I did check in, it's like they were going through a particular, not a path switch, but a particular big question, whether they should or shouldn't. And I felt like they were in stress mode. So when I'm asking to the higher self, it's very interesting because it's like it's waiting for you to make a choice. Whereas when I'm talking to the soul, they're like, yeah, this shit's already happened. And if you really want something from the future, you need to stop this and then plug into this or develop this. So there was only a couple times I'm like, yeah, here's the theme music here. So I got up, went to the bathroom, come back. There's the answer. All right, we're ready to roll. Yes, please share away. I really appreciate it. I'm going to still give you guys your 2-minute readings. Those speed readings I really enjoy. And they really tune in and just go to town. And it's weird because I can feel them. Oh, good, next person. And then the stories come. And so this first part is not just about spiritual learning. It's about spiritual teaching, spiritual investigation. It's about you getting to understand that you're not just a human. And as you move forward in your abilities of life, you may start learning about abilities that you can to have a better life. If you find yourself complaining a lot, understand that you're probably disconnected, and mostly in the left brain, because that always scrambles and gets critical, and and it's like, and if you begin to start noticing what side of the brain you're on, you can actually begin to make a better choice. Like, it's like when people get mad at you or they blame you for something and you're like, wait, what? And you have to be a bad guy in somebody's story. And if you're used to taking it personal and you haven't quite achieved that part of that soul ascension, it can get to the point where it gets tricky. Because it'll hurt, and you're shocked, and you don't know how you're ever going to talk to these people again. And then, but again, if you begin to understand that you have a choice to how you want to respond, I can choose better, or I can choose a healthier emotion than this to create my reality. But if you're going back into old routine, understand you're going into your left brain trying to survive, and we're learning to upgrade from surviving. You got that? So stick around. We're going to have 2-minute speed reads. One of the things that's going to happen there is when I get ready to tell you, it's important that you say the word here, and then I go straight in a row. Okay, if you thought that you were first, it didn't show up here, just re-say here, because but don't do it 1,000 times, because then it'll be like, I think I just read you. So do your best to notice who's ahead of you and where you fall in that. So I go so quick that by the time I get to scrolling down, I may not see your question. But if you do want something, we're going to try something different. I don't know if it'll work. But when it's time, when you say here, you can also put comma and then relationship or something. You can kind of direct it just a little bit by saying what you want to talk about. And you got family, you got relationships, you got where'd my list go? There are a lot of things that you can talk about, and what's the crap's happening in your life. And somebody's here and they're like, they want to be potty mouth. I'm actually saying stop, but I can hear a little potty mouth going on. My husband was thinking about taking me to Fiji. I'm like, really? Was I a good girl? So I'm excited. I have no idea how long the flight, and even if we're going to do it this year. But the question is do I what? Do I get a phone? Dare I ever get a phone? Because I thought, if I do, I can get a phone with 5G or whatever, 4G or whatever it is, and you only use the data to if I don't have a place where I have Wi-Fi, and maybe I could do a quick show. Wouldn't that be kind of fun? And on location, I think that would be kind of great. Again, if you want, somebody asked me, is it just readings? And I marvel at loving to help people heal through their stuff. If you want a healing, just say, or just, you pay 11 for 11, and I want a healing, and then I will go in and tell you exactly what you need to begin to heal. You don't need to have really a reading beforehand, because I have people that do soul coaching with me, and one of the things they do is they will drop some money in the account, and they don't have to say anything. Now, here's your thing, and then they go and they do their healings. And then usually after they begin to do what I direct them to do with hope therapy or whatever it is, if I have to talk to them verbally to walk them through stuff, they feel dramatically better. So I'm just looking. It says you would like to try speed reading. Would you mean you want to give a speed reading? But yeah. Oh, you're beginning to. Again, when you say here, comma, what it is that you know, is it just lost in guidance? You know, whatever it is it about a relationship? Whatever it is. So I don't want to scroll too far, because then everybody that said here before that. I'm going to have to pipe back up and make sure to do it right. So I'm excited. I'd love to. I'm thinking to myself, beach is going to be gorgeous. I want to go kayaking. So I'm excited. I really am. Oh, my screen just jumped. I got to get back to where I first saw it. Yeah, please share. That's I can't express enough that helps me. You know, it's giving back. You know, I'm giving you something, and the way you do it is you give back, or you share into groups, get people involved, talk about it. You know, go on YouTube and hit like on there as well. You know, if you don't just, I don't just offer 11 11s for healings. I also 11 11s for, just regular readings where you get that. Now we can talk to each other online, or all you guys get to hear is their voice. I can see their voice or their picture. It doesn't have to be both. Okay. All of a sudden, somebody is very hungry. Who's very hungry, but somebody wants coffee. Oh my gosh. Oh. All right. Need to unhook from you. I don't know who you are. But it's making me uncomfortable. And who has a wet dog? There is a wet dog. Okay. Why is my sensory system really engaged? Good Lord. Why are they preparing me for this? I answered my own question. Because they want me to do this. Okay. Let's just get cracking. I mean, I'm sure. Oh, it's an interesting feeling. It's time and space. Somebody's really lost. Edge darkness. Somebody likes spying on somebody. Okay, just tell me when. I know you guys. Okay, so the spirit says, I haven't talked in a while. As far as hi, and then say what they want to say. All right, who wants to come forward? Oh, all right. I can't tell who you are. Are you guys gonna do a speed thing too? Oh, I'll try to keep up. Oh, somebody's here and they want to say, I see all your thoughts. And the thing is that sometimes we're really alone, but you're never alone because you're never alone. Everybody's there. So you're just a thought away. Hey, my mom wants to think of her husband and she just thinks of him. Boom, they're together. I mean, everybody has a life over there. There is just vibrating higher. That's all. And they do give us privacy, so don't worry about the sex or the potty or whatever. They don't constantly hang out and look and judge. They don't do that. Because most of the time they have a new understanding of what's going on. Okay, so I'm assuming this happens to be for Demi because all I hear is me, 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 me. And it's like, wait, me, 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 or mini, me, mini, me. What? I don't know what I'm hearing exactly. And normally they don't tell me. You want her to have this thick? Okay. All right. So she says, I've been seeing possibilities. Apparently with your love life or your life. I don't know what part of the life. I got the romance cards if you're wondering. Stop. Okay. Oh, she says, you deserve love. Stop kicking the boneheads. She says, I was a good example, but I didn't realize it. Go pick whoever it is that you want and screw the rest of the people that says you're supposed to marry a certain way, because those people are just constantly creating a deception for you to live in, and that does not make it easy for you to live. Does that make sense? Somebody else is stepping forward. You don't know who you are. You feel like a little granny. Is this your opinion, or do you think this would be good? So somebody on the other side was constantly giving advice, and it may not have been the best advice, but they're going to give it to you one more time, and that is reconciliation. And the reason why is because, again, if it's their opinion, and it just becomes not something that regardless is what your soul wants. Same person said, oh, but come on, keep an open mind. Pick a different deck. Oh, all right, hold on. Oh, you want me to do what? All right, so somebody's been seeing a lot of numbers. Well, what do you want? Stop. Well, wouldn't you like me to? Okay. 5, 6, 9. The more you focus on possibilities and prayers, the more confident and supported you will feel about the divine life purpose. Interesting. You want another? Number 23 ends up being her favorite number. You are working closely with one or more ascended masters, such as Jesus, Moses, the saints, or the goddesses. This is a message from the Ascended Master Guides, who can see that the answer to your prayers is within reach. They encourage you to stay positive to ensure that you attract the best possible outcome. Is that enough of that? You want an animal? All right. Same person with the numbers? Okay. An animal. No. Oh. Okay. They said that a whale. Inspiration, blessings of spirits are coming. Creative inspiration surround you. Act upon it. Dive deep and sing forth your creativity. Oh, somebody else steps forward. He seems like a very tall, skinny man, but that doesn't help me because they choose the form they want. But he just seems like a tall, skinny man. Birds. Stop. Okay. Parrot. Diplomacy. Develop and use power of speech for success. Be diplomatic in your actions. New understanding of others is coming. All right. Okay, somebody had a pet rat. Did you have a pet rat? Anybody? Do you want me to read it? No. Someone had a pet rat, and they... Oh, you want those? Okay. They're picking the crystal deck. No, sorry. Okay. They want me to pick up the cards and just deal with it. That's fine with me. I don't, well, talking to a snake, there's no, it's whatever. It's not as like here. Tiger iron? You want tiger iron? Okay, and apparently the snake and the rat, I don't know if there was, they were best friends, not best friends, but the owner could have had that, or there was two people that had one each and they knew them. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting little mix down on the floor there. As you know, okay, tiger iron is known as jasper or hematite and tiger iron. Hematite, really? Mental clarity, grounding, assertiveness, vitality, sexual energy. They said, please say an affirmation. I may not have the power to change the world, but I have the power to change my perception of it. Now, I will tell you about an interesting thing here, because one of the classes that I'm creating is, it says I am not have the power to change the world. That would be a left brain tap. I may not have the power to change the world, because your brain hears a negative, okay? And then the right would be, I have the power to change my perception of it. I'm not supposed to tell people about my new class yet. Please be quiet. Anyway, the peace and mental clarity you seek can only be found by grounding your abstract spiritual ideas and concepts into the everyday physical life. That is, to bring things back to basics and honor the fact that you have been blessed with physical life. Realize that while you are highly spiritual in nature, it is no mistake that you are here. And as has been so eloquently said by several of our world's greatest teachers, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and as such, you are being urged to honor your humanity. Now, tiger iron crystal will help ground you and revitalize your sex energy. And it has a lot to do with helping you balance the right brain and left brain, because the left brain is about helping to bring in your body, helping you stay in the body. And so you can be spiritual all you want, but if you don't learn how to balance it, okay, both of these qualities are needed in order to be an effective force on earth and to live fulfilling and inspired life. Remember, spirit is not in the clouds. It is here, right in the thick of things, and the beauty, majestic, and power of spirit are experienced. You do not have to run away from the world in order to find peace, for the peace you seek is inside of you. The true spiritual master is the one who is able to find peace even in the midst of turmoil. The key to that is, and I feel like that's because they all kind of split. They get a rabbit down, but he just left. You guys like to chat. I'm just going to give a spiritual interjection here, because when you don't have peace inside, that tells you that you have a program running. I would use tools. There's a lot of wonderful resolution tools that take and calm the thoughts down, causes the chemical peptides to relax, and actually causes the blood to go to both parts of the brain and to the frontal lobe so that you can create reality better. So if you look out here and there's not peace and that you don't have peace, heal your crap, because even when there's not peace out here, you have learned how to embody the right brain, left brain in this space of being a spiritual soul. Then you can go and heal deeper on your soul, because then you can count the rings out to be able to know whether or not how much more your soul needs to heal when you have an issue that pops up. So you're learning to not react. Grounding is so important. You don't want to be too grounded, because you can get too grounded and too high beta, which causes you to be completely stressed, because when you're trying to force yourself to be, I don't know what you want to call it, to survive. But we don't want you in survival mode. We want you in the thrive mode. Okay, so I'm double checking everything, so no one's paid. And then, what do you want me to do? Getting me a pendulum if I'm going to do that. I got it. Okay, so, and it jumped again. No, don't do. Okay, we're going to do 2-minute speed reads, and who's over here gets it, and Why is it doing that? I want to go back up. I've never had it, so I can't go back up. Oh, that really cheeses my monkey. No, that's bad. Okay, oh man. Well, the reason I don't move it is because they screwed it up. So, please look on the list. Maybe you have better off than I got. Stop moving! Honest to God. I'm going to start with a Connie Hopper. Oh, it just moved again. Something about her true. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Are you serious? Hold on. No, everything. I know. I used to say a lot of weird shit. Till my one friend says, "Do you really know what some of those things you said mean?" I'm like, "Oh, shut up." Oh, I got it to function. Yes. Or did I? All right. All right. Stop. Stop. Don't do that. Oh, I think it's when I get new comments is when I can't get. Well, that just. I'm not going to say it. I could say it again. So easy. Now it's got the whole screen messed up. I wonder. Oops. We're going to do 2-minute reads, but the here thing doesn't work. Maybe if I got on this screen, mute myself, maybe I can actually, because it's bigger. That really makes me mad because then it looks like I'm randomly going all over the place. Oh, Kathy, when people get caught in the right brain and they don't want to go visit their left, everything usually will be more, there's more peace, they're more out there, they don't want to come back, they just live in a fairy tale land. But if they're grumpy and they're mean and all this other stuff, then they want to be more in their, I didn't say that, be more in their left brain. Hold on, people. This is not working. How do I get to me? I'm assuming right here. I got somehow, like I said, I got all these comments, and I got to be able to. Now, why did it not do this the other day when I did the 2-minute reads? I was able to boom, 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 boom. Okay, so and your mother, she lives in the past, and that is going to cause her not to want to be present. So she doesn't want to be in the frontal lobe, and she doesn't want to be in any other place. Probably just wants to stay in that checked out mode. Well, that's funny. How do you get? I should be live, right? I've never really looked. Oh, there I am. No, hopefully it doesn't talk. And it stays quiet, and I can, what do you call it? Mute it. And it should be popping on the screen, right? Yeah, the darn thing changes. Oh, good. Somebody else smells the wet dog but me. Oh. All right, not sure why it's doing that. Now it's not even functioning over here. Okay. I am going to. Well, thank you, Kathy. All right, so I'm gonna go. I don't know why this is not working. See, it just moved again. Okay, so now this isn't working. That's not working. I've got to be able to figure out. Okay, no more comments, people. Just a second here. Let me see if I can get anything to function. It's not like working as it did yesterday. I saw someone says, "I like your energy." Thank you. All right, hold on. Okay, spirits, you told me to do this, and now you, okay, cooperation, please. Thank you, so be it. Just jumping all over, and I can't tell who was what. I was trying to, yesterday I didn't have to write down anything. I could just zip redo, and now my thing froze up. It shouldn't, but it did. Let's try it again. All right, Spirit. I'm just gonna, I feel like I can't keep my, so, all right. So if I recognize that people are frustrated or you can't get things to work right, what does that really mean? If I acknowledge this, then so be it. We can change the events. What else do you want me to know? Some people, please stand behind the line. When the 2 minutes of the person comes up, you come forward. They should know this already. We have a nice little discussion. And they should know. It says entering full screen. And it won't enter full screen. So if I input that. Nope. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, Spirit. Yes, the computer's left braining. They're knocking stuff down. Yes. Hey, if you can get a better, Rochelle, yeah. If you can get from the top, if you can kind of type snapshotting it, I can then get it on my iPad, and oh God, that would help out tremendously. Yes, I will eventually have all this. Okay. That would help out. And then I won't have to feel like I missed anybody. Because I really want to start these, and I see all these beautiful names, but my problem is that I don't want to miss anybody. All right, so hopefully this will kick in, and let me put the charger back on. Yeah, we'll do that. I was looking, you know how you video watching things, 7-day fasting, and I'm thinking, oh, that's good that they've lost weight. Now, I know someone in my family that's done that, and they lost a tremendous amount of weight. The only thing I'm thinking is good for the flushing, but when you start to introduce that food again, hopefully you can make better food choices. Otherwise, you're going to have major, get fat quick issues. All right, yeah. I'll just have to wait for Rochelle to come through. So what I'm going to do is don't mean to randomly pick, but oh my goodness. So what we're doing for those that are first timers, we're trying to get it so that it's 2-minute speed reading, speed reading, which means I give everybody 2 minutes, and then after 2 minutes it switches, a new person comes in, and then that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I can't even, this is not cooperating. Oh, that would help. Sam McDonald's is first. Hey, okay, Sam. Oh, at least I can get started. All right, Sam. Oh, Sam's still here, I hope. Okay, Sam. If not, I'll write you. Sam. Ooh. Lack of control. There's a lot of lack of control. Hopefully you didn't ask a question. Attached. You? Who is? Somebody is very attached to how you have to control things. It's not that is this how she was taught to be raised? No, she watched it. It's like they don't want to be responsible, so they throw all of that responsibility in your lap. You don't know how to get out of it. because the energy keeps repeating itself. It says that it changed the scalar energy, it changed the negative into a positive, and you think they'd be good, but when it comes to ions, no, you want the negative ions. Because of it, it changes the way that the energy comes from her to them. And do you have a dad over here? Because all of a sudden it is, dad says, your resonating broadcast is very weak. When you tell somebody to fuck off, excuse me, you need to you need to be able to own it. It's going inside and own it. It is changing that. It's not that you get mad and say it. It is you own it, and it's like, you know what? But so there's a separation of not owning that, if that makes any sense, because somebody sent me, okay, stop. There's too many people all of a sudden. I've got, I had to stop reading, Sam, just because I don't know if this is for you, but I see a sheep and a goat, or is it a goat? And it's bad and in my face. I mean, size doesn't matter, but it doesn't look like a llama because the neck's short. What are you saying? Okay, you're going to slow down the speed reads. Y'all not going to do this. All right, I'll sheep. Do you want a sheep or a goat? A goat. Isn't that the same? Never mind. A goat. Sure-footedness. Seek new heights, but be very careful of step. Be careful of becoming too serious in your pursuits. No need to rush right now. So when you're stepping up into your, I'm taking control of this, I'm telling everybody to back off, and you're going to learn how to do your own shit because I'm not doing it anymore. It is learning to transform the emotions and to embody that part of yourself that all of a sudden that vibe's going out, and they already know, and you don't have to tell 1,000 times. You don't have to tell 1,000 times. And I don't understand when my email's not working, or not my email. Why my messenger's not working? That sucks. Well, thank you, Camilla. I'm trying to figure out why it's not. Okay, if you send it to my fan page email, I may not. Let's see if I can get into it that way, because that's actually a different messenger than. There it's hidden. Got it, I think. Open. That'd work, wouldn't it? Yes! I found it. So let's go in the order. This is going to save so much time. That looks so serious. Taylor, that's the first thing. We'll get to all of you. All right, Taylor. Relationships. Okay, switch. Got it. I smell a lot of roses. No, not sorry. I smell violets or lilacs. There's a part of you that don't feel like you're having certain needs met. It's like you don't. It's like there's it's the language of love. So there's like 5 languages of love, and there is something to do with the way you need to learn how you receive love. How does Taylor receive love? Because I feel like you're more right-brained and you have that language of love. I'm not sure which one it is. Maybe it's about receiving gifts, small gestures, or tokens, and you happen to choose left-brained people that don't quite get you. So you may, I hate to say it, you may want to start finding people, because more people that are left-brained are more narcissistic. What about that? You become very they make you feel very self-conscious, the people that you choose. And that's because, what? Because you're resonating with what you know as a kid. And so at 1 year old, you knew somebody that resonated that energy that made you feel that. So that's that part of that not truth. But that's what we recognize so much that we end up drawing those people to us. in the etheric body, the energy. So it's really holding fast and true. So this is going to be something that it's a habit, but it's like a seeking missile. So you'll be going out and you're looking at this guy, and all of a sudden, somebody started to display that particular signature of what I just said, and it makes you feel self-conscious, about choosing to be right and wrong, not the self-conscious, but you're doing both. Um, and then all of a sudden, you'll, even though this is the man you want, you'll start to gravitate to this other man, and you're like, but then it won't make any sense, and then you get that state of confusion. But again, your GPS is set by a non-truth. So I would definitely tap out that self-consciousness of right and wrong, being attracted to that. Do some research because that's your spiritual aspect. Demi, you're next, honey. Oh, she is just right here. She's like tapping me on the shoulder. She goes, ha! I don't know if she's trying to scare me or what it is. That's kind of funny. She says, I made it. And she says, I'm no longer helpless. And she says, and I look back and she says, and I can see how I learned from you that you don't need to be helpless. She says, that's not what I thought I was. I was, but she's beginning to, and I said, okay, they're learning about life review, which means not only does she get to review her life, but eventually, she hasn't got there yet, she'll be learning about how she's, like she'll have to look through your eyes because you're the daughter, and she'll have to see what the relationships happened, what she's supposed to learn from that, so she can write her new soul contract. What about her energy? Your energy. She left so quickly, but she didn't. But she says, I was very, very done with this pattern. And she just pointed to the left side of my head. She had a lot of non-truths that dictated her world. And she says, and the post-hypnotic suggestions that were sitting there. And she says, and there are times that I was hysterical and I didn't even know it. I just, so she's showing me that it's like she just like, get whatever. Sit back, shoot the shit, and she's just. But she says, "Wow, she's just totally free of that, so free of that." She says, "You really got to take care of that compatibility take care of yourself because these men that she sees around the corner, they stink." And she's not meaning that in a physical sense. It's just their attitudes and things. She says, "You're growing, keep going, and grow for the both of us." So just she says she's over there. She's doing something with the boys with this moment. Let me see which one. How do I go? This left or right? Oh, down? No. Okay, gotta figure out my own program. So we'll hit the back button. Take us back. Not that far back. Good Lord. So far, are you liking the 2-minute reads? That would help. That's helpful, isn't it? What is going on here? I got to figure out how to, learning something else new in front of people. Okay, let's push that back on. Hey, if you could resend those, sweetheart. Are we friends? I can't remember. Because if we are, send it to my the other messenger page because then I can get to it. And I don't understand why it's doing that. There you are again. Good, gotcha. Now it needs to open. I hope y'all been getting your cards and reading how they all come together. Okay. Connie Hopper, it says here, living my truth. Connie Hopper. Oh, Sam, want to connect with her dad. Did we connect with your dad? He'll give you a card. You know that. Living my truth. Okay. What the heck is that? I don't know what this is. It looks like a countertop or something. And somebody used to lean up against the countertop all the time. It's something about, I can't quite see it. That's my problem. And her? No, then when they would get very awkward, you began to feel their anxiety. And all I can see a man standing in his underwear, and he's just sitting there smoking, and he's just, I don't know what the hell he's doing. I don't even know if he knows what he's doing, but they keep repeating this picture on me, and give her a card, okay. Oh, expand importance of me. So this person, oh, everything was about them, their health, and they it's not, yeah, they wanted a lot of attention. Did you really want to get a card? No, get back. What? You'll give a card later. So make sure you hit like, Connie. Infamy. Oh, known for being bad. He's been known for being bad, a bad influence or something. Very unstable. Everything was always muddled. Something. It's like they had to focus on the negative, because if they didn't, then something bad was going to happen. That's interesting. Felt like a worthless piece of shit. But I think you know what that means. Can't figure something out. How does that have to do with living my truth? Don't copy me. Oh, be aware of your patterns and personalities that you would pick up as you were growing up, and then choose differently. And then he also says there's some non-truths. Look for some beliefs that, like, okay, before he says, like, I'd always tell you to shut up or something like that. I don't know if he said you were stupid. It was some type of insult. I don't know exactly which one it is. But he would say something, he says, but it wasn't true. But it was grumpy ass me, or grumpy pants me, or grumpy, whatever. And I would watch how you believed it was you. So if somebody says to you, okay, just a minute, if you're always being discouraged, and they'd say, nasty things, what could happen is eventually you're going to become discouraged, and you're going to think something's bad with you. It's what's called a non-truth. You need to get those out, because it's not your belief. It is somebody else's, whether it's just a negative belief or really they thought it. I don't know, but it's not yours. It's like we believe in bullies. We don't need to. It's why does their opinion value? Why does it matter? Okay. Laura Grillo, are you still here? That's probably I should ask. Oh, pop head sheet, good. Laura Grillo, I just need to know if you're here, because now if anything really resonates, what I'd like you to do is kind of send me a story of how it makes it, how accurate or not, and then I can go and if you don't mind, I can make a little clip and say this is how accurate it was to whatever it was that I said to. We're doing 2-minute reads for anybody that's joined. I don't know if Laura Grillo is here. Let's go back. And if you are, you'll say it again. Oh, Crystal O'Brien, sweetheart. Don't we have an appointment tomorrow? Crystal O'Brien, sweetheart, are you here? Are you here? Wow, where'd everybody go? All right, we'll go to, okay. Oh, I got a new comment. Yes, okay. Crystal, you're next, honey. Ready, go. I don't know if somebody was a smoker or what. There's a coughing gag. There's like tic-tac-toe, hopscotch, or something. They're really throwing all these together. Don't know what that means. Where, what? Pointed the word. Low, what? Um, there was a lot of discouragement because guilt was part of the way that the parenting skill was. Don't do that, please. Don't find a new way to do it. Bullying was so many centuries ago. Try to find a new way to do that. And I can't remember. I know you said something you wanted to talk about. Write it real quick if you want. There's a lot of, so you don't feel people's pain. You go into indifference. And the problem with that is, uh, the indifference is that you numb yourself, then pushes the pain and the root down, and then shit. It's like Jack left it. You know, the pot goes the weasel. Pot goes the weasel. So shit will come flying out later. You don't want that. So I would highly suggest you guys start learning. So there's a point of disgrace that you had. Was it a continuous like teaching? No, there was an actual disgrace moment. What age, please? When you were 23, there was something about a total disgrace. They see me. I see a colored wall, kind of like a mustard wall, and you're kind of walking down this corridor. There's something to do with. I don't know if this is you or if it's something you saw on TV, but every now and then you'll that disgrace. Like if you're watching TV, it'll bring it up, and you won't realize that it's brought it up. But the color mustard will bring up that disgrace. There's a feeling that goes along with it. Does that make any sense? Okay. All right. So as far as the direction, heading the right way, and is a mother. Yeah, I think I covered some of that. Carrie Ann Rowe Bryant up Baron. We're looking at my picture there. Okay, so 2-minute read. Hopefully you're still here. And let's go. Habits. You are so annoyed looking at everybody's habits. People's habits seem to really, you don't realize you do and you don't, because all of a sudden they're saying, you'll be doing your thing, and all of a sudden this one particular habit is just grinding on you now, and then without realizing it, you go into left brain negative thinking because you can't stop thinking about it. And so the problem becomes that it builds, and then all of a sudden it triggers a memory in you how you were constantly disproved about something. Disproved. They show me a 2-year-old experience. What in the world is this? Is that a pegboard, or is this like when you go into the garage and man's tools? You know, the hooks on the tool wall, and they have all these little holes in it. Or it's like when you go to a drugstore or a store and it has all these holes in it and it has pegs. Somehow, I don't know if one of those, if you were trying to climb, if you hurt your eyes. Somehow, was there an accident or something with that? I don't know if I described it right or not. But the way that they approached you, instead of showing you love, became very much a lofty energy, you know, and it somehow that got stuck. Now, what's interesting is I feel it right here. So you may sometimes get pain in the neck or the jaw. I don't know if you got TMJ, but it says it's like, so there's trapped emotions right here. So it can affect the shoulder, it can affect this, it can affect everywhere, but you know, it's huge. It's not small, it's big. Because is there a particular emotion? You do a lot of silent brooding, which trips off the disapprove, because without realizing it, you're reliving that memory over and over. So it's not quite active as much as it's just part of your system. And you're just going to keep doing it because it happened so young. Okay, so Camille Stanton, I'm in real need of guidance right now. So feeling very lost. Oh my God, there's like somebody stabbed you in the back. Who do you trust? Oh my God, it's like somebody cut off one of your wings. Left brain. She is, they are. Um, you, you are surrounded by very dominant energy. If that makes any sense, as is it causes you to feel you lost who you are, your identity, because it's like they get to you so much. You know, they got you. They, oh my God, they manipulate you so much that you literally don't know who you are when they are in that space, in that room, or even if you think about them. Yeah, you really are going to have to cut the cords on some of these people because they say you lose power just like that, especially if you look them in the eyes. It's like, oh, ooh, and that's because, yeah, you're an empath. So what happens is the right brain empath is that you'll take and you'll pick up and you already know the answer of like you're fighting about something, but you've already figured it out. But at the same time, you picked up their shit, and then all of a sudden you're a kinesthetic empath, and all of a sudden you're like, ah, and then you can't fight your way out of a paper bag. You like 80% of the blood leaves your forebrain. Forgot to turn the darn timer on. You have a tendency to what? Clean your teeth. So somebody nitpicks with you. Oh God, are they living your? I mean, tell me more. Do they collar? Do they fuss? Do they pick? Do they smell you? Do they correct you? It's like what you wear, you eat, or any of that. There's a point of a relationship where yeah, you want to help each other, but when they start to become a controlling, domineering, and you want to wear pink that day, and they tell you that you look like a whore, then you're like, oh, but then this, it's a non-truth, and then it gets stuck, and then all of a sudden you can't wear your favorite color, and this is just examples. It's just very, very, very confusing. Do you understand? Because, all right, that's very toxic. I don't know who's doing it or what's doing it, because it's like you had it in school, you had it everywhere, and I think it's because you don't know how to be you, because you don't even know who you are, which is the kinesthetic and the empath. And so when energies start to come in, you don't know how to just put the wall out and take everything with a grain of salt and learn differently. Hopefully that makes sense. I already did that one. This is a habit for you. You're going to have to get a rubber band put on your wrist, or you're going to learn EFT. You're going to have to find the non-truth. You're going to have to disrupt the signal, which, that's what EFT does, is it disrupts the signal, because even though I lose myself when I'm with that person, doesn't mean they're a bad person. It's just you haven't developed your life force to own it and be present with it, because I feel like a way, and I think most people do this, is they open up their mouth and they don't say anything because they know they're going to get corrected. If that makes sense. What do I do? Keep choosing the same one? One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. So, Bonnie Schnotz, I'm terrible with names. Just saying. I'm so sorry to butcher anything. You may have a good laugh out of it. And now my mouth don't want to work. Okay. Oh, well, the reason did I just do you? The reason that the skin picking is because the nerves are so congested, because it doesn't know, and your brain and everything's confused. It doesn't know. And the thing is, as far as a difficult relationship, you're just going to have to, you got to take your power back. You may want to just set up an appointment with me so we can start helping you resolve some of those issues, emotions that mess up your head. And then when you start to learn to know who you are, then you can have a better life. Bonnie, did you say you were here, honey? Um, no, okay. Carrie, we already did her. Did Sam? Close it. And then we go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's not gonna open. So I don't mean to skip everybody that the machine's not working right, but whoever's here, you are going to get a 2-minute read. And now it's doing it. Okay. Let's try this one. Like the same names. It's funny. All right. Okay. One more. Let's see what happens. Because, like I said, I have there's 17 people left. Now, what I want to happen, so that it's fair. Ah, is Susan Boyle's here? Bowles. Why do I say that? So sorry. Oh, that's bad. Susan, are you here? Oh my God, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. Susan, are you here? If not, that's fine. I'll connect with you. Susan. You have a lot of things that equal something, which means it's an engram. An engram is light can equal shit. Shit can equal something bad. You had an incident, some type of trauma that mingled everything up, and so everything means something. So the smell, the taste, and all this can all trigger out to be a particular emotion. No. A particular vibration. Yes. Of what exactly? No. Oh. People's agendas. It's like everything. Light equals agenda. Shit equals agenda. People over there equal agenda. So whatever the situation is, agenda. So you'll need to heal out how you know agenda, what it feels like, get the highest number, and start getting rid of it, because that is going to direct you. And so if you're trying to do your life purpose, you're going to have an issue, because you have what age? At 4 years old, you took in that some bad experience, and agenda happens to be one of the key. Oh, it's inherited. That's even, well, I won't say it's worse, but people before you, your family before you, could not solve this particular thing. So it was agenda, agenda, agenda. It's like you have to have one, or everybody has an agenda, and that's a bad thing. But it's what happens? 3A. What happens when it leaves you crying? Because it doesn't allow you to, what do you want to call it? It doesn't allow you to be you, so you lose your identity. It causes you depression too. Oh, hun. Okay. Definitely need to heal these guys. Oh, the environment. Oh my God. So you have to have a new environment. All right, dear. Okay, so Kathy Townsend. Kathy Townsend. What happened? I don't know. Kathy, are you here, dear? Hey, David, how you doing? We're doing 2-minute speed reads for anybody that just is all new. So just wait until the machine's screwing up, so I'm trying to not miss anybody. So, Kathy Townsend. Good. Let's ready? The interaction with the environment. What about it? You have to protect your heart at all times? No. Around certain people? No. You just have to protect your heart. So this is old, so it's a shield. So at 2 years old, you put your heart. What was the incident that infamy? Something bad. Something bad. Something bad. So then what happened is you started putting self-imposed limitations on yourself so that they wouldn't act that way again. And it affects your etheric, which means it affects your physical as well. And a lot of times if you feel people having loftiness, even if they're not displaying it, your body will start doing this like panic, and you won't even know that it's happening. So you got to walk, you got to do something, you got to do something, you got, you know, because you know, the next thing they're going to do is manipulate you. You know it. You just know it. And then you know that when that happens, then you have no control. I mean, you do your best to hold your own, but all of a sudden it's like you automatically respond, and it's an auto response, and before you know it, shit happens, and then you just started building up this contempt over time that you're so done playing this game, and your spirit is saying, okay, we know that so the spirit is trying to teach you that this person that's around you is being a bully. Are they a narcissist? Yes, and they must be left brain as well. So that means that you really need to take care of that internal dialogue, because that internal dialogue from that young time, it's holding so many memories. That means you're looking to the lower left and you have so many memories. So if you're going to tap it out, look to the lower left and listen to that self dialogue, that self-talk you do, so that even though you're consciously trying to talk yourself out of it, you have that program. Okay, so Elena Lancello, I think that's an L. Lancello. Okay, so Elena, all right, I'm going to give it to you even if I don't know if you're here, because I feel like it's a great need. There's a story. There's always a story you tell yourself. It's like you have to tell yourself the story. It's part of the pattern. It's part of the program. It's part of what other people do. And your right brain is starting to open up, and you're starting to become more creative. But the thing is you don't know how to make the left brain stop. And that's where you're going to have to, because you're not able to speak your truth. You're not able to, because you're not sure who you are sometimes. They said people were manipulating again. This is another example of it. Okay, so you may have a good standard that you have to have humility, and you got to be this good person. But the thing is that you're going to need to take some of the way other people, of the badness in other people, and you're going to have to heal how you don't like that, because that life force that's keeping that at bay is actually a magnet that pulls it in. They said this just pulls it in. And so when you are doing your best, because you're switching over to your right brain, it creates a confusion, because the old way of telling yourself the story versus what it really is going on, and your left brain and your right brain is basically arguing to some degree. And you can feel like you're going nuts, but you can disrupt that left brain story pattern, tapping it, just tapping, even, just tapping on this gamut point over your heart, and will actually begin to cause you not to keep doing that left brain habit pattern. Because I feel you're supposed to go right into the right, be more creative, and this is your time that you get to be you. So go live it, go be you. All right, close. Come on, do your thing. I hope I didn't open that one already. All right, so what we're going to do is that all right, so I ran out. I'm going to take where Amy is, and then after Amy Jensen, and just say here. Now, if I've given you a reading and it's completely spot on, or you're amazed by it, or whatever it is, just message me, and so that lets me know. but also say, yes, I can use that, so I can make a clippet of the. So I'm going to start with Amy Jensen. And Amy, oh, don't. Okay, okay, Amy, ready? What are you doing? So you're self-shaming? You even aware that you do that? They say it's a non-truth that you're supposed to say, I'm supposed to talk bad about myself so that I can be like the rest of the girls. Or if I beat them to it, then they can't hurt my feelings. And this now is hurting you physically, because your body don't know what to do with it, because it actually becomes stress. That is a stress talk, and when that stress happens, um, it becomes very much hard for you to make friends. Really, the relationship with friends. Tell me more. Do you feel like you got a genetic disposition? It doesn't have to be physically. It can be just the behavior. Um, like for instance, they're saying the story of the twins, and they had the twin says, "Oh, it's my father's fault that I'm like this." They both said it. Now, one has turned out to become an alcoholic, and the other one has turned out to not be and have a good life. But they both are saying, blaming their father, that it's his fault that I'm this way. So it's about how you make your choices. And the pain will cause you to make a choice that makes you repeat it. You need to break the chain. I don't want to abuse people. You're going to break the chain. I don't want to be an alcoholic. You break the chain. You deliberately start making choices that, no, I'm going to choose better, if that makes any sense. But there's this self-talk, and it puts a lot of stress, and they want you to become aware of when you do it and stop doing it, if that makes sense. Okay, so now David Seeley. There's an arrested development in what area? Because being validated, so you don't know how to take a compliment. It is when a person, here's some what? At 2 years old, tell me more. You experienced something that was great panic in the environment. I don't know if it was in the world, maybe it was. You could have been bored around 2001. I don't know how old you are, but there was great panic. Okay, this great panic created a sonic wave that caused a ripple in how you have habits and functions, and it's not even your anxiety, because there's a part of you that's beginning to use your right brain and spirituality and stuff like this, but that ripple pulls you back, and it's like I can't trust the world, or I'm not supposed to be validated. I can't. How do I believe that? And so then you have somebody that comes along, and then that truly is trying to validate you, and you think that because of what happened, sometimes you talk yourself out of it. You think it's a joke. You think they're instigating something. That might be the word. Or you think that they're bullying you, they're shit stirring you, they're doing something. And people are saying, "Oh, you're just too stubborn." And the only reason you became stubborn is you're tired of living the way people are telling you to live. Let's see. And the self-imposed limitations are the non-truth that causes you to not be able to develop into the area you need to. Okay, so really allowing yourself to feel that genuine validation. Beatrice Ziegler. Oh, I feel like I'm in a fog, like a London fog. It's a weird feeling. Um, it's like my eyes are cloudy. It's as if I have cataracts or something. Now, I don't know if this has to, in a way, they're trying to say that's how you're seeing things, is that there's something that's cloudy and in your way. But then again, I can't tell if somebody is on the other side here that's making me have cataracts because, uh, and they're lost. They're lost. It's like they touch stuff and they can't feel it. Is someone newly dead here? No. Okay. Um, Trying to control a particular outcome, an activist, trying to change the world. But the more you go to do it, the more you can't help because it was a bad experience and it caused a paranoia. What um, I don't know how old you are, but they're saying between 65 or 65. I mean, they're going back and forth. They go 65, 65. I don't know what that means. Oh, it's showing me definitely different things in a row because now all of a sudden I would go to 7. Um, in money, um, and then your RTJP. You have to think what other people think, and it's like you have to be like alpha. You have to be alpha. You have to be strong. You have to do it right, and that actually creates a trauma because you don't really. This is not your personality. So you're living somebody else's. You're living through somebody else's life. No, you took on somebody's personality because that. Oh, because you're psychic. Do you have abilities that you don't know about? Because if that's the case, you're going to morph. It's called morphing. And if you morph, and I think you're around somebody that you morph into too much, I don't know who I just read. Beatrice, right? Yeah. Duh. Um, McKee. Is that Trisha McKee? Darkwing jumped. All right, don't jump. Trisha McKee. All of a sudden, I feel like I just shrunk. I have to shrink back. I have to shrink my position. I have to shrink who I am. And or you've lost weight because it goes right to nutrition. Um, and finding self-love within yourself is that you're trying to, but you're getting very confused about self-care and self-love. And it's like you're treading water. You can't get your head above water. There's too many things going on, and then subconscious mind of other people. It's like you are trying to guess what they're saying ahead of time, or you know what they're saying, but the thing is you're taking on those resonant energies, so you're resonating. So let's say you're in a restaurant, and all of a sudden you want corned beef, and then you order a taco. Do you understand what I mean? You don't because somebody was thinking of a taco, so your outcome of your mouth is this different thing. And then the interaction in the environment causes you to become depressed because it's like you can't, why would I even have a voice? I can't have a voice. I can't express myself. It's like, so I feel like you're in the wrong crowd. Now, the structure, you're talking about her body, and bones? Yeah, what about them? You have some trapped emotions in there. One what? One effort unreceived. So it doesn't matter. So you have a pattern of efforts. All the efforts you do you feel like they're unreceived by certain people? And it looks like a pattern because then it paranoids you when you feel like you didn't do enough, and then you go over, and then I don't know, are you a I'm sorry person? Because it just gets stuck in this cycle, and you have to protect your heart, so you got a heart wall as well. Rochelle, hey, I finally got there. Rochelle Lane Campbell. Just remembered one of my family members, my mother's side, I think it's the Campbell. Consciousness. What consciousness? A bell. So a bell, does she have a bell that affects her? There's a bell that affects your consciousness. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, they're saying it's like the time I went into the store and I had remembered that my credit card number, or the digits was to your pin, and then the bell rang at the door, and I instantly lost the number 4, and I could not remember my. I'm like, and then I'm like, it's like I forgot my name. And that's what I kept doing. And then the bell rang again, and I remembered. And so I don't know if you have a post-hypnotic suggestion that makes you forget things, but you have some type of bell. Does she have a psychic trauma? No, that affects her psyche. Gotcha. And the way that she has self-love. So you can't have the self-love because that particular bell goes off, and then you have to become very money conscious. You have to do this. You have to do this particular way of doing things. So then you become, I was going to say last, but you become disdainful at yourself. And they said sometimes you don't know this because the pattern begins to sit back here, and it's like when something comes out, you don't, like I'm not seeing my hand right now, and then it finally comes into view there. So it's like there's something you're not seeing, a particular pattern you're not seeing, and that's what you need to look for. And if what particular pattern is the one I just told her? Yes. Is there anything else there? You just match other people's energy so that you can adapt, but you're losing yourself because their belief system about money are really not yours. Come on, slowly. Brenda. All right, let's try it again. Yes. All right, don't move. Brenda Draper. Under Brenda says Beatrice. Okay, Beatrice, I thought I gave you one. But anyways, Brenda. Dreyer. Not Draper. Dreyer. Dryer. Oh, whatever. Auto response. Oh, I gotta always be a good girl. There's always this picture inside your head of how you have to be. But I feel like you're water and you're calm. And you're just, you're strolling along and everything's good. But people think you should be doing it at their pace or something. But your pace is not, my pace is just fine. Because you've had panic attacks somehow, a tightness and a panic attack in the past, but you have learned that you can be mellow and they don't have to really affect you. Stay away from certain people or things. What about this? You're starting to learn about yourself without making it sound like you're being selfish. You've been doing this for a while, but they're saying that why are you showing me that? They're showing me some like puppies or some animals that you have to lose your identity because they're so young and youthful that it's hard to keep an eye on yourself when you have something that's taking your attention, and so you have to become the puppies. There's something that's new, something that's taken away your attention. And the energy inside of you, as they're saying, is that it has to do with an old pattern that you had to use your ego, be very egoic self. Excuse me, that's an indigestion. So, did you have a different personality when you were in high school or in grade school? They showed me a personality switch. But that root of that old personality of who you used to be the root's still there. So it's like it's set in the GPS. So even if you're trying to get away from it, you can't until you actually resolve that out. Beatrice, if I didn't get you, then, which I thought I did, just say here again. Like I said, the whole thing is jumping. I can't do nothing about it. Nay, Kathleen. Nay, Kathleen. Overtime what? Worry. So does you go very left brain? And it changes the energy so that time moves really slow sometimes. And I feel like I want to be very nauseous. So it's like your body has conformed into that behavior, that type of thinking. It has conformed. And you get to yourself, you know, nobody has to get to you. You get to yourself and you manipulate yourself. And it literally changes the frequency inside of you, which then causes you to be very incompatible with, I think, food. Um, Things that were good for you now seem to make you sick, and that's because your body has a buildup, and you may have to clean out the liver. Um, Maybe have some celery juice or something in the morning. Go look up something that would help cleanse the liver. I can't remember offhand. It was apple cider vinegar or whatever. They said that you have a particular pattern. You picked this up at age 2, and it was a very traumatic experience, which affects the way that you think. It's like you had to become very defensive, and the more defensive you become, so it is an active memory. So she has this this incident occurred, and that's what's repeating. What do you want me to tell her? That the depression is linked to an active memory, that the impending doom is stuck to a memory, and anything that has to do with a memory has to do with a past emotion, which activates the thoughts to be very thoughts gone wild. Um, but you're so busy thinking what other people are thinking that it literally becomes a loop. Break the loop. Candace Jane. Candace Jane. We're talking about physical, house, what? The structure of your life. Who keeps creating a new structure in your life? I know you're trying to, but it's like there's a hiccup. And the odd things seem to happen the most. And they said that there's one of the things that's like there's a button. They have to make sure they push your insecurity button. And then as soon as you go and become insecure, then they become strong again. And the problem with that is that it affects your structure of the future you want. And so then you go to start to do your future, and then somebody come along and push that button again, and then it causes you to become insecure, which then it becomes a world crisis issue. And instead of just being a little molehill, it becomes this, oh, and yeah, interesting. Um, Uncertainty, because you keep you're very familiar with that. So is that a non-truth? So it's like if you keep yourself into that position of uncertainty, then you keep the negative pattern of negative belief systems of somebody to make them happy, because that's the only way they know life. Is that correct? Yes. Which affects with the nutrition, and um, I feel nauseated all the time. It affects with the biochemistry, so I'm not really getting the nutrition I need. So it's like you're not absorbing from what I can see. Things just become inefficient, like I said, yes. Um, because they want a particular outcome, and you're trying to get a particular outcome because you're trying to do what they did, which is to force things to have a particular outcome. Okay. Please move. Robin Schultz. Huh? Something new. So, what's natural? You need something more natural, very unique, and you need more placid. They're saying you need to create a sacred space because it's like, yeah, it's weird. It's like you have cobwebs. Um, it's like when you're in their space, even though it's your space, it's like cobwebs. And it's like, it's, you know how a fly gets stuck in a cobweb. It's like their shit gets stuck into your space. You need to literally go get a space so that you can feel sane again. They said the more natural for you, so more earth tones, maybe some rocks. Um, yeah, just you need to do something because they said they got to get more become more self-sufficient with yourself. Not that you have to be a better mother or better this or better that. You have to, oh, my needs. And it's okay. It's not shameful. And go get some laughter. They said the thymus is like not really functioning strong. You want to get that immune system going well, you get that thymus going, go watch a lot of comedy. Make it enough to learn jokes. See if you can even amuse yourself. You gotta get that amusing, that joking, that happy, so you can flick on the right brain that flicks on the higher self, so that you can bring that energy in, so that your body become unhurried. No more of this, I gotta hurry. You gotta listen, you gotta take that word out. And maybe back up and say, okay, this is what's gotta be done. Do it the day before. Just do a couple things hours before. But unhurry yourself. Well, that was a different one. Oh, you're welcome, David. All right, so David, darn thing moved. How did it move? I don't know. You're getting one, David. Cookies. All of a sudden, I became a dog, and I see all these cookies, and I want a biscuit. I want. And then all of a sudden, it's like everybody is like small again in your mind. And everybody wants a piece of this, whatever it is. It's like, I don't know if you were growing up and people wanted what was on your plate, or because you're a father, everybody's in your space. They're saying part of your carefree nature is that you now all of a sudden starting to please, so they'll shut up. Shut up. Really. They're saying the central meridian, which is here, you need to learn to bring this up. Okay? Zip it up. You need to zip up the back, and you need to lock it. And you can hold your belly button to your forehead and push it and lift up, because everybody's stuff's coming in and your aura is just like getting stuck to your body, and there's not a lot of breathing room. And they said you have to become aware that they know that you're going to please, and they know you can't say no. They know this, and I forgot to turn the timer on. And they know this, and it ruins the easygoing, carefree person, and it closes you off. And that's not who you are. You like that free-flowing. So notice that the left brain comes in and starts to mess with your thinking. And notice how the right brain, it needs to be more active. Go find some right brain activities, maybe to do with people or do it by yourself, but get them in, if they don't like it, then they can go scurry off. You need to put your big pants on, big boy pants on, and just how you always responded, get up, respond differently. Throw them off their game. Just respond differently. They expect you to repeat, come back. No, get up, walk away, go in the bathroom and hide. Good God, I don't know. Go in the shed. That's what men used to do, but change the routine of what you're doing. I'm not telling you to run away, but they expect something. You need to change this, because they can become very self-centered, and that loses who your identity is, as far as your innocence of working really hard to be in the space that you've been in, and involve your brain more. Maybe do some brain switching. Oh wait, is it brain switching? So is he? Told you might be homolateral. Yes, I can see that. So the energy, the right brain's trying to control the right, and the left trying to control the left, which then you don't. So you're going to do some cross crawl. Look it up. I have it on my website. YouTube it. just, right hand over right knee, left hand over left knee, and you just kind of doing it standing up. You can even do it sitting down, but you got to get that brain to cross over. Otherwise, it just will go. Amy, Amy Jensen, I think I already did you, didn't I? David Celia, I believe I did you. Crystal K. Crystal K. Did this thing move again on me? Crystal K. I don't remember you. Crystal K. What's going on in the larynx, the throat area, the respiratory, the trachea area? Something's going on there, and your moods. Are the hormones off? No. So is your spirit inside your body? No. Okay, so your spirit is not connected to your body. So I'm going to set up through the angels. This is what I want you to do. I want you to take a hand or a magnet, and you're going to connect your spirit into your body 100%. Connecting your spirit into the body 100%. Connecting your spirit into the body 100%. Do that like 5 times. And you need to say connecting your spirit into your connective tissues. Connecting your spirit into your connective tissues. Do that a good 5 or 6 times. You need her to balance those 2 things. Take your hand. You're going to work on your 5th chakra, and you're going to go backwards and forwards and like this. You don't have to know too much. Just know that you end with clockwise. You can bring it out. Okay? And whatever it is, clean it. But just kind of imagine that the back is, as you're doing this, the back's moving too. Because the back part of you, this part stuck. This is about feeling. So feelings are choking you in your throat. And the back part is that you don't have the will to speak. So you're sandwiched. Excuse me. So we need to bring this out. And the incident, is there a specific incident? No, it's just every day. F in life is caused the disconnect. Anything else? We're good. Unreal. What's unreal? Stop doing worst case scenarios. Very unhealthy. This causes this and then creates a non-truth, which then becomes dictates your world. You got to stop doing non-truths. Candace J just done. Oh, good. Connie says it completely resonates. Wonderful. Why do I recognize this? Did this jump the wrong way? Rochelle, did I already read? Yeah, Campbell. Oh, so you got a lot of pain. So Robin will watch the video tomorrow. Teresa Perkins. Shame and guilt. It's actually a way people, it's inherited. To believe in the other side is actually like wrong. And getting shots and stuff like this is like you're demanded that you have to do a certain way of living and being a parent. And I can tell you that the thing that's inherited that's passed down can probably affect the skin from what I can see. Affects general. Okay, gotcha, sorry. Affects the general, and then you have disconnections. What do you mean? She have disconnections here? What is the disconnection? Do you play video games? So you disconnect from the world? No, disconnect from yourself because you don't want to think. So there's some thoughts that you don't want to think, and so you're trying to disconnect from it. It's like you have a broken heart syndrome that seems to be affecting you. And then you're collecting proof and evidence that's real. And so you're taking residence. So if there's something particular that's happening to you, you're taking up residence there. If that makes sense. affects the electromagnetic energies, and you have to disconnect. What are you referring to? The secure. You had that secure, and now that secure is not there. So, and you forgot. You don't remember how to laugh, from what I can see. You feel like people are laughing at you for what happened, and you have to constantly walk around and compose yourself. Yeah, it's something about a heartbreak. Mary Reardon. Oh, darn thing. Okay, Mary. Mary Reardon. Okay, so your thoughts and your mental body and your heart has been broken. You do have an angel present. They made it over there. They're here with you. But the habit of the heart breaking, the loss, the particular loss, is that you don't know how to stop staring at it. We're just going to tell you, just do this. And what I need you to do is that as you do this, understand it's you got to get the blood to come back up to the forebrain. You got to get yourself to hear with your heart and your right brain so that you can hear the loved one that's lost. And the nutrition, it's the sadness has affected the biochemistry. So things are not, doesn't feel like it's, see, sometimes when you eat certain things, you just feel nauseous. Uh, there's just, it's nothing tastes right. Everything's kind of screwed up. And a very active memory of just the mortification, the extreme shame. I don't know what that is. It sounds like it's another story coming in. But that's very toxic. It's like any type of negativity is going to be toxic, and it's going to be stressful, and it's going to cause you to really throw you off your game. Now, I don't know how long, but usually some people will take up to 2 years without using any healing tools. And when that happens, so, I'm not, when you do heal, understand it's not taking away the loved one. It is helping you to get the blood back up, to create reality, to open up that heart, to open up that right brain so you can hear them, feel them, love them. And I know there's a part it's like, oh, I don't know if I can withstand it if I felt them, but it will actually be a great amount of joy. And it's like, when you have a good cry, feels good. Well, this joy will come washing over you, and it'll really feel good. Okay, if that makes any sense, it'll really feel good. All the darn things. What that's about. So, okay. So, Marlene, Evosa. Hmm. Um, just give me a second here. Yes, Marlene. Okay, so you can't help but be distracted by other people because when trolls speak, they say it in such intensity that their truth is the only thing that exists. And I feel like you got annoyed by something. Um, so is this fresh? Yeah. But is that normally what happens? Other people's agenda can come in to affect your world and how you're supposed to be, is that they're the ones that wrote the book, and they said that this book means this book and you have to do it my way or the highway. And it's like they're jamming down the only consciousness that exists. And it's, what am I hearing? Clothespins. Clothespins. Um, okay, why do you keep showing me a clothespin? So it's an engram. So something about clothes. When? Um, 5 years old. I don't know if clothespins, you know how they have a round top and then the old wooden ones, and you used to make dolls or something out of it. Um, it's like a good memory, but is this good or bad? Doesn't matter. It's all equal. That's right, engram. So these good memories get confused with the bad memories because the bad memories taint the good memories, which then causes you to what? Oh, that makes sense. So then they have this like, so it's inferior. So they're the superior energy, and that really that can really mess with you because you fall for that as truth. It's not your truth; it's their truth, and the sad part is that you can't seem to get them out of your face. Does that make sense? Hmm. David, the charts I use are the ones I've created. I personally have made protocol sheets galore. See, here's my colored ones. I've got like several other books. I mean, there's just tons. You know, it's stuff that I put together from all the things I've studied. And as far as chakra alignment, and one of the things is that a good meditation can help with that too. Um, oh, it keeps jumping. Kelly, let me see. Is there too many variables going on? So there's a particular pattern that you keep doing that keeps becoming in question, because then what happens is there's somebody over here that manipulates you, gets you in trouble, and causes something to happen here. And that has not been taken care of. You haven't gotten that patterns out. And so that's the part of the energy that's not being trusted. Um, you have to prove by certain things so that things can change. And um, no matter what you do, you're getting disapproved of in so many dang directions. Um, and you believe it's a non-truth. But you believe it. It's stuck in there, and it's like, no, damned if you do and damned if you don't. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so you're trying to become indifferent to it and straighten out the life, doing what you need to do, but yet, because of those emotions, it keeps drawing it back in. You know, these emotions, these beliefs that are not true, they just keep creating a back and forth. And the pictures that people have of you are just nasty, and you're like, just would they just shut up? And you're around left brain people that have to that they don't get you. These left brain people are very much demanding. It's like you live in a Bible belt, or you live in a belt of something that says you have to be a certain way. Does that make sense? Um, you have a lot of energy where all of a sudden it's like it's does that happen physically? No. So when good stuff starts to come to you, it's like it repulses away. Really? Well, what kind of, there's a party that wants to have surprise and love and spontaneous, but then it turns to shit. So somehow something's crossed there. And you can't ever be happy because you know the other shoe's going to drop. Bullshit's going to happen. These people are going to make fun of you. It's like every direction I have somebody being cruel or mean. Oh God, I wish you could find a group of people that liked you. That I think you might end up having to just, thank you, Spirit, for bringing in new family and friends that can help Kelly move forward and not go backwards. Thank you, Spirit. All right, thank you all. I hope I didn't miss anybody. It's 2 hours now. A lot of hiccups, but that's okay. It works. Realigning the chakras. Just start doing some great meditation, breathing in and out, bringing the light in and out, balancing them using your hands, just energy, your energy. If it is actually damaged, you may have a cracked grid, but you may have to get that fixed by a professional because a lot of emotions have cracked it. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed tonight, and thank you all. Hopefully you shared and throw a watch party. I don't care. I would be grateful. Share away, like me on YouTube, like the fan page, make sure you get updated. Okay, if you hit love, I will send you a card. If you shared, I'll send you a card. You can add the cards up together. I'll go back and reread the comments. And all of a sudden, Spirit's like going, oh, and then now all of a sudden they've got me drained. And I realized I forgot to eat tonight. And that's probably why I'm hungry, because sometimes when you're taking and bring a lot of spirit of energy through, that's why you gotta have licorice or some type of chocolate to ground you. And I feel like all of a sudden, and then it's realized I haven't ate since probably 2 p.m. today, so it's 11 o'clock right now. I gotta get some nourishment. All right. Many thanks, many love. And yes, I'm going to have a good night. I'm going to go and get myself some food, go watch some TV, or maybe I'll go play on the computer and, I don't know what I'll do. But I just know I need to go get grounded. All right. Love you, all of you. Stay blessed.